Dear students, in this video I am going to explain about the methods of distribution of water. What are the methods to distribute the water to the public? Guys, you know that the water supply is a big task for civil engineers because there are 4 steps in water supply. The first step is water drawing, second is water treatment, third one is the water collection, and the fourth is the distribution. And here I said that we can discuss about the methods of distribution. Distribution, it is totally based on the topography of the area. The methods of distribution is divided into 3 types. Based on the topography, sometime the undulating terrain will be there. Undulating means sometime the uh, higher altitude means hillock and slope, valley portion. Again, it is the hillock will be there. In this case, 2 hillocks and 1 valley. So first, the from the hillock slope will be there, and it touches the valley, and again the higher altitude level will be more. That's why the undulating terrain sometime only one side slope, sometime one side the up will be there. That's why according to the topography we have to choose, means engineer has to choose the uh, he has to think to select the method of distribution. In the methods of distribution, as I said that it is divided into 3 types. The first one is gravity system, second is pumping system, third one is combination of gravity and pumping system. In the first one, gravity system, as I said that where the one side slope is there we can adopt the gravity system, because if the water source is available at the higher altitude and at the lower altitude, the settlement area or the uh, people who are residing or layout is there, that if that area is at the lower altitude and the water source is at higher altitude, in this condition, in this topographical system, we can adopt the gravity system. Only with the gravity flow the water will reach to the people from the source. And second is pumping system. Pumping system, where when the water source is established or available at the lower altitude and the people are settled down at the higher altitude. In this case, the water should be pumped from the lower altitude to higher altitude in case of the the higher elevation. The best example is in the valley portion, the source is available, that should be supplied to the people who are staying at the higher altitude. In this case, in this situation, we have to use pump to lift the water. So this system is called as pumping system. And the third one is combination of gravity and pumping system. As I said, where the undulating terrain is there, sometime the up, sometime the down, again it is up and down. So undulating, it is going up and down. In this type of topography, we the both the combination of the gravity and pumping will be there. Where the slope is there, from the higher altitude, that will be water will be flowed from the higher altitude to lower altitude, and when it reaches the lower altitude, this should be pumped again to reach the higher altitude. In this case, both gravity and pumping arrangement should be there. That's why the system which is a combination of gravity and pumping is called as the third one is combination of gravity and pumping. This is totally depends on the topography. And system of water supply systems are, there are two types. One is continuous system and the second one is intermittent intermittent supply. Continuous system means the water will be supplied continuously to the public, without any the stop of the water, control of water. And the second one is intermittent supply, means only the particular time or alternate days the water will be supplied to the public, is called as intermittent supply. Sometimes there is a chance of supplying the water for the row wise in the layouts. Suppose morning 6 to 8, the waterman will supply the water for first and second row, and after 2 hours he will close the wall, and then he will start the wall to supply water for third and fourth rows. For 2 hours he will keep open the wall, and the water will be supplied to the third and fourth rows. And after again 2 hours he switch on the keep open the walls for fifth and sixth rows, and he is to keep close the wall for third and fourth row. Like this, there is an arrangement of supplying for the fixed time. Like this, there is a also some time where there is a shortage of water. The waterman will supply the water for alternate days. If the water is supplied for first days for first and second row, and waterman will supply third and fourth row for second day. Like this, this arrangement will be there in the intermittent supply. You can also see the drawbacks of intermittent system. The drawbacks of intermittent supply is fire demand, domestic storage, pollution in supply, size of pipes, wastage from water taps, and staff requirements. As I told that again and again, operation of valve, controlling speed and all, the staff is required. And for fire demand, we cannot get the water continuously. We have to store the water for fire demands. And in domestic storage, for domestic use, we have to store the water and we can use. And in intermittent supply, there is a more chances of pollution in supply, because there is a chances of damaging in the pipes at corner and all. That where the damage is occurs, there the pollution will be more. Where the damage is there, leakage will be there. And again, after switch off the pump, the leakage water again enters into the pipeline, then that contaminates the water. This is how the water may get polluted by intermittent supply. And the size of pipe will be more in the intermittent supply, and the wastage from water taps. there is a more chances of wastage of water, because sometime after once the waterman close the valve, there will not be any supply of water in the tap, and the people will leave the tap in the uh, on condition, open condition. Then when the water comes, no one will observe, and for some time the water will flow from the tap. uh, uh, this will be considered as water cold. So there is this is considered as the wastage. And staff, as I told, that manual labor is required. So these are the drawbacks of the intermittent supply. Thank you, guys.